The BMTC has hiked fares across the board by an average of 15%. The new fares come into force at midnight. The minimum ticket for the first stage for a non-AC bus has been increased from Rs 5 to Rs 6, while ticket fares for further stages would increase by an average of 15% thereafter. The BMTC hopes that this increase will bring in an additional revenue of around Rs 235 crore during the financial year of 2014-15. The BMTC has increased fares by an average of 15% across the board, putting the travel expenses of the armed commuter on the higher side. The minimum ticket fare for the first stage for a non-AC bus has been increased from Rs 5 to Rs 6, while ticket fares for further stages would increase by an average of 15% thereafter. The BMTC is hoping that this increase will bring in an additional revenue of around Rs 235 crores during this financial year. June is a very crucial month for India. It marks the beginning of the monsoon season, and monsoons are critical for the country.
While the country is in pole mode, a warning has already been sounded out. It is that the El Nino effect will be taking root. El Nino, simply put, means presence of warm ocean currents, particularly in the Pacific. This has an adverse impact on the rain-bearing winds blowing over the ocean, hitting the Indian peninsula from Bay of Bengal. The direct fallout of El Nino is the country receives lower rainfall, notably the monsoon rains. The monsoon rains or southwest monsoon is the lifetime for the Indian economy, accounting for nearly 70% of the annual water supply. If the El Nino menace takes root, parts of northwest and central India could be the worst hit. The menace of El Nino has become pronounced due to a rise in global pollution levels. Normally, the El Nino becomes acute in a 3 to 4 year cycle. One would recall the Indian drought of 2009 when states like Karnataka were worst hit. It was the worst drought experienced by the state in the last 40 years. The most obvious impact of a drought is that food grain production will be hit, and the worst hit could be a lower output of oilseeds and pulses. Lower rains can hit rice output also. Don't we in Karnataka recall when 1 kg of rice crossed the psychologically crucial 50 rupees mark? The drought will also hit our CM Siddaramaia's ability to continue implementing the Anna Bhagya scheme. Will it be goodbye for this pro-poor scheme? And when prices rise, the menace of inflation will return, leading to a situation where interest rates can't be brought down. That means your EMIs on home or auto loans will not come down soon. A News9 report.
Imagine you're en route to one of the most secluded locations on earth and your airline service loses your entire luggage. Well, this did happen. This person went through the horror and is still struggling to get the airlines to pay for the loss. Here's a report.
Qatar Airways is one of the leading airlines in the world, their operations spanning over 100 countries. It boasts of being a 5-star airline, but if you listen to what this man has to say, then you could have your doubts over their star service. This is Anil Srivatsa, an entrepreneur, travel enthusiast and adventurer. On the 4th of March, Anil left for an expedition to Antarctica to study the effects of global warming. He boarded flight QR 571 of Qatar Airways from Bengaluru to Doha, then a connecting flight QR 771 from Doha to Buenos Aires. When Anil reached his first transit point, he realized that his luggage was missing. When he contacted the airlines, they assured him that he would get his luggage at the next terminal. But the luggage never arrived, although some bad news did. He was informed that his luggage was stolen while they were transporting it from Buenos Aires to the local airport.
They lost my bags. They lost my bags on the way to Antarctica with all my clothing that I needed for that cold continent that I had to replace. I had no choice, and I had to buy it in that city that I was in, which was Ushuaia. You've got to understand the location where I was that made me helpless. So I was there with no cash. I had to use my credit card. I had to purchase half of what I lost in my bags. I bought a lot of stuff new from Bangalore because I don't obviously carry winter expedition gear. You don't need that in Bangalore. And I bought it. I bought a lot of it here at Decathlon, so it was brand new. So basically I lost it all and I had to replace it.
His luggage contained warm clothing and equipment for his Antarctica expedition. With no option left, he had to buy everything all over again. Such an event was bizarre considering the reputation of the airline. What disappointed him was the behavior. Anil was not offered any assistance, financial or otherwise, by the airline during this period. He had to buy all the stuff he needed for his expedition at more than 3 times the cost he incurred in India. Anil even pushed a mail to the customer service regarding the same and informed them that his wife would be handling the issue till he got back from his expedition. When he returned, he realized that the airline had done nothing to resolve the matter. After a few more mails to the Qatar country head Henri Moses, finally an offer was made. Anil's purchases outside the country cost him nearly $5,000 and the number of articles were much less than what he had carried with him from India. Qatar Airways offered him a mere $1,746 as compensation.
I had no communication from the airline after they lost my bag for 3 days. So for 3 days I was in the dark. They hadn't even made arrangements for me to even get basics like toothpaste and toothbrushes. Then 3 days later, this was just a day before I had to board the ship, they tell me that my bags were lost. So first it was, we'll send it to you. Then they say it was lost because the bags were stolen en route from the Buenos Aires International Airport to the local airport. Along the way, the entire delivery truck was robbed. This is by their own admission. And therefore, my bag was in it along with everybody else's. I don't know how they're treating everyone else. Now, for no fault of mine, I'm out $4,800. They made me a settlement of $1,700 and change.
Anil rejected their offer and asked them to reconsider, but all that he got was delayed replies or unanswered calls.
Welcome to Qatar Airways, world's 5-star airline. For sales, please press 1. For marketing, please press 2. For finance, please press 3. For administration, please press 4. 1 moment, please.
And this is what happens in a 5-star airline office.
The person you have called is not available.
Whenever he got through to the Qatar Airways personnel, they assured him that they were working on his case and would get back to him. It's been close to about 2 months now and nothing has been done. Anil also wants the mounting interest on his credit card to be paid by the airline. He claims that the response to his issue by the airlines has been dismal and something not expected from what is termed as a 5-star airline. How long will they take to settle his claim and resolve the matter remains to be seen. Deepak Bopana for News9, Bengaluru.
Summer holidays is a respite for children but headache for parents. There are numerous parents who find it hard to keep the kids engaged, but a camp in Dharwad seems to have the perfect solution. Here's a report.
Take a look at these visuals. This is a summer camp in Dharwad that is keeping the kids engaged. Every kid is engrossed in the activity they have been given. While a few girls are busy creating a flower bouquet, there are others busy creating toys with whatever they have been given. There are kids engrossed in dancing lesson too. The summer camp that is currently underway in the Garment Teachers Training Institute in Dharwad has gathered a lot of attention. The parents are a happy lot since the summer camp is not just keeping their children engaged but is also honing their skills.
ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ವಿವಿಧ ರೀತಿಯ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನ ನಾವು ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸು, ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ಕು, ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗು, ಪೇಂಟಿಂಗು, ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟು, ಕ್ಲೇ ವರ್ಕು, ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೈಪ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ನ ನೋಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಭಾಳ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಪಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸರ್ ಇವು ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ರೇಂಜಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ
the uniqueness of this summer camp is in the fact that children are being allowed to choose what they prefer and are not being forced to follow anything in particular. Children interested in dancing are being given dance lessons, and those preferring painting are being given painting lessons. There is no forceful teaching that is being adopted here. Numerous summer camps pop up during summer holidays, but this one is definitely unique. Parents and children now hope, if not more such summer camps, at least the same camp is organized every year. Narsimha Murthy for News 9, Dharwad.